Getting recruited for college is all about how well you're going to improve athletically when no one is watching. That is critical. You're going to do well in the classroom, but what are you going to do when no one is around to separate yourself from all the other student athletes who are all working just as hard as you all day and all night to get that scholarship? That's what everyone is chasing. And will you have what it takes to get it? You've got to put in the work. That means getting up early, maybe before school starts, a couple of hours early to go put in some work. Maybe you need to go run, lift weights, go to the batting cage, something to improve on your game, free throw shooting, something, a couple of hours before school. Then there's practice, and then maybe you could do something afterwards. The scholarship is valuable. Are you going to improve? College coaches are evaluating you every year. Have you gotten better from one year to the next? Have you improved? If you haven't, they're just going to look to someone else. Or they're going to say, you know, you're just not quite good enough for us. We like you. Maybe we'll give you a preferred walk-on scholarship or something. Preferred walk-on, you know. You can come work out with us, but you can't play. But if you are putting in the work, if you are good, you have a chance. You've got to have talent. And talent equaled with hard work when no one is watching could put you in a position to get an athletic scholarship. Do you want that? If that is what you want, go out there and get it. Work very hard. Do what it takes to make it to the next level. No one is watching. No one has bought a ticket. I have a great story. When I was in my headed towards my senior year in college, the summer before my senior year of West Virginia. So a lot of mountains, a lot of hills, a lot of rocks, a lot of broken trees, a lot of rivers and streams and lakes and all this kind of stuff. Snakes too. But I had a group of kids with me all day, and we would run. We would run up these mountains, run up these hills, run down the hills. But what I was doing, I was getting in great shape. And that was the first time, you know, that I didn't touch a basketball for 3 months. But I ran every day for about 9 hours a day. We would run in the morning for about 3 hours, just kind of exploring nature. But we would run from one area to the next. And then it would be, lunchtime. We would swim, and then we would go back and do some more. And then by the time we were done for the day, it was dark. And we did all the running. One of the things it did was by the time it was time to go to bed, all those kids went straight to sleep. Didn't have a problem out of any of them. But the point of the story was no one was around. None of my teammates, my coaches, anyone saw me do all of that. But I was doing it every day. And so when the school year started and all the players from my team were back on campus, I was already in shape. The season could have started that day. I was ready to go. And so what ended up happening is I ended up getting a contract to play over in Argentina. And I ended up playing 3 years over there. So the point of the story is that if you're a high school student athlete and you have the size, you have the talent, but you really want to get that scholarship, you really want to play at that big time level, you got to put in that kind of work. Sometimes that's the difference between D1 and D2. You got to have the talent. Now, I'm not saying if you're some undersized athlete with not a lot of weight behind you and a lot of size, and you know, I'm going to say, hey, go out there and run for 9 hours and you're going to get a scholarship. No, you got to have the talent to be able to do that. And so when no one was around me but just those kids, they didn't know what I was doing. They just know that we were having fun running up this mountain, this big giant rock. We were climbing it. But what I was doing was getting in shape. And it worked. And I had the best season. It carried over to a professional career. And, you know, now I'm doing a lot of great things because of that. So if you want to get to the next level, from high school to college, you're going to have to put in the work to beat out the competition. because it's very competitive to get a scholarship. Everybody else is out there trying to do the same thing too. And what are you going to show college coaches, about your talent, about your ability? Have you gotten better from your, freshman year to your sophomore year to your junior year? Have you improved? Some athletes don't improve. Some athletes never grow another inch, or they improve athletically. None of that happens for them, and so they end up going to a college maybe they didn't really want to go to, but that's all they got. But there's a lot of stories of student athletes in high school who really, really worked, got to college, worked even harder, and made it to the professional level. So if that's your goal, you can do it if you put in the work. But no one's going to be around to tell you what to do or show you how to do it. It's got to come from you and come from what's inside you. Thanks for watching. Al Woods, Woods Recruiting.